That is the rock star. On Christmas morning, Thursday, 25th day of December, 2025. I wish you all a hearty Merry Christmas. You saw the cooking show to Save a Troll. She goes, why don't you just go do a show and Save a Troll? Her exact words, but I'll be ready to watch my beloved Cowboys will invade the commies, the nation's capital. Tater's still a run, but I guess he's up in his facility. I did a video on that, and we're having the woo. And the video kind of gone too soon. We'll talk about him again today. We'll crawl over that dead body. Talk about Nomadic Fanatic. He alluded to whatever. We FaceTimed with my niece and whatever. It's a beautiful day to be alive. We did the cooking, the K Secrets, wine and crying show to Save a Chow about cooking. I told Carl I'd make a dinger. I told my girlfriend I'm doing a show, be safely live. We want a special shout out this day, the men and women of the armed forces that are away from their families, guarding that wall. No matter what they do, to look out in my backyard, I see someone walking on the trail. Lake is frozen over. People skating on an NHL lives on the other side. They're skating right now. I can see through the snow leaves. I can speak to you because what we did on D-Day, and we got when 1938 World War II started, and they capitulated September 2nd, 1945. The Japanese and the mighty Mo. We moved not once but twice. I've always said we have stormed those beaches and snapped next to those crowds and freed those Jews. If we had lost, you wouldn't hear my voice. We wouldn't have you two. People are dying in the oceans, the desert, to come here to want to be American citizens and work and contribute. We have people living off the government. We have a draft dodger, convicted felon, adjudicated rapist with flat feet up on the hill, making the election about him when he's talking to children about Santa Claus. I just don't understand that behavior. But you can grab a woman by the crotch, I guess. He can't help himself. We have forgotten in Vietnam 58,000 women. Him and Bill Clinton draft dodged. Sacrifice for us. Afghani war. Many wars. Men and women blue. Working class working today at the gas stations, the restaurants. 9 of them victims. Balls the size of bat, ovaries the size of oak trees. Who is serving this? Who are these people who run to fire and problems? It's the Air Force, the Army, and the Marines, and the Navy, and the Merchant, National Guard, Coast Guard, uniform. Those white stakes at the Minneapolis-St. Paul Airport, and out there in the nation's capital, up in Randall, Minnesota, many other cemeteries where men are buried and women are buried, sacrificed. Thank you so much. As the song says by Melissa Etheridge, bring my baby home. May the MIAs come home soon here on Fearmonger Radio. We're a commercial music-free sponsor podcast. We play music in the background, but I don't ask for any money. I don't care what Carl says. I don't tip any creator. I tip waitresses. I give a $20 bill to our Chinese waitress. She gives me a service when she's working. You have a way to get money, you're a grifter. I grift for raises. I ask for money. I ask for raises. I read blueprints. But thank you for your service. I didn't bring any cheese with me because I had enough cheese this morning. Remember, I wouldn't shower in the shower at Penn State. You burn Catholic churches to the ground. Your crime scenes. You wouldn't live in the Dahmer apartment complex, which was torn down. You wouldn't live in a house, a crime scene, would you? No, you would not. So why would you shower in the shower or worship in a Catholic church where they were molested, in Baptist churches? Blue laws, rat lime. Sorry, I hate to talk about Christmas, but I don't care. I'll die on my feet. I was being called un-American by my girlfriend because the brown shirts. I don't like when the Hill wants to get rid of media. Know your history of what Hitler did. Then paint me that if you want. I will live under a bridge with my dignity. I kneel before God. We have no king. I'm not afraid to speak out against him. I'm a libertarian Republican and I work for a living. But put a condom on women. You carry the groceries if you don't require a condom. When you pump that baby out, he runs off. The father does. Now you take care of that child. It's all fun to have fun, makeup, filthy, dirty, wet. Ugh, it's just unbelievable. But all of a sudden, you get pregnant on flow. If you had a condom on for AIDS, herpes, gonorrhea, needle in the penis, ouch. All the behavior. If you don't like two men having consensual sex, hey, $20 or $40 for me right now, I guess. Hershey Avenue. You can't watch two women sink the pink and stay up a man to a fence in Wyoming. That is not a very Christian thing to be doing. Jesus loves me. This I know, for the Bible tells me so. He will decide who is in the kingdom of God. No one else. But yes, always practice safe sex. You see something, you say something. Don't just run off and slam a locker. P stood for Penn State. We call it Petophilia University. They're all hung. The Carollis, he's died. She should be deported. The People's Stadium in downtown Minneapolis, high noon today. Before the Mo, who were their city kitties. And don't drink or drive at any time. Holiday season calls for immersion with a phone to what you drink. That's all I'm ever asking. 3 people murdered by drunks. Know the difference between mistake and choice. There's 2 different meanings. When you keep allocating to I made a mistake, you're never going to fix your poor choices. You're out here run with in life. Don't run with the poor people or criminals. That's what you're going to be. And you hold Jeff Dubé. Look him up, Jeff Dubé. He made poor choices. He lost a good job. You are here. I don't want poor people or drug addicts. I live well, marry well, live in a nice neighborhood. I don't live in the hood. I don't live in Gary, Indiana. A lot of IPs coming in. Also, the Cowpote podcast. I was doing a live stream that one with Squirrel Bay came in, where she called me un-American. So be it. I guess she wants to call me that. That's fine. She wants to worship a king who's adjudicated rapist, convicted felon. And I didn't vote for the. Sorry, honey, I didn't vote for your boy here in Walls. But anyways, she's part of the brown shirts. I don't think he's going to have a brown shirt tonight. So I'm kind of filling in Thursday afternoon, Thursday morning. But Merry Christmas to all the chows. I'll be the roll in the audio. My tip from you is a like, a dislike, barium exposure. We've lost Papa Grizz this year. Another day, one guy in Utah. We lost barium exposure, and now we've lost Adam the Woo. We did our Deadpool picks today, live on Facebook. A few changes for some people. I've got Biden. So we gathered around in different places and all did our Deadpool picks for 2026. Oh, we see in the last 30 days of 120 sources that come in. Spotify pays me, thank you very much. Be a little over $120 be put into my account. Chrome, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Safari, Spreaker pays me. Podcast, iVox, Firefox, Internet Explorer, Edge, and Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio Network, and Nextcom. Geolocations, United States, Australia, come kidnap me, send Wonder Hussies. Phone back, she did her filler video on her hair. I watched part of that. I made a comment, and Carl saw me on there. She cut her hair. So it was a filler video, 12 12-minute, and then she's going to do something Friday, so she's kind of run out of things. But anyways, United Kingdom, Merry Christmas to her out there. I sent her a Christmas card. Canada, France, Japan, Kenya, really? Singapore, Belgium, Spain. Let my people go. Israel, Mexico, no mas. Russia, and Turkey. United States is California, Massachusetts, or Florida, Colorado, Georgia, Ohio, New Jersey, Arizona, Idaho, North Carolina, Texas, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Illinois. Fitchburg, Wisconsin. California has always been Fremont. You're 5 times. Los Angeles, Fontana. Idaho, other. Up in Massachusetts, Springfield, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They must love me. Bradenton, Sarasota, and Spring Hill. Georgia is Dalton's on my mind. 1, 2, twice. North Carolina, Huntersville. Illinois, City of Organized Crime, Chicago, the Ohio, Fairfield twice. Pennsylvania, Amington. Arizona's on my mind. Phoenix, Colorado Springs once, and Denver. But all of the IPs, domestic and abroad, there's so much you can listen to and consume. I appreciate your time every day. I just saw You Are Not the Father. What's his name is going to be he's doing a podcast. What the hell's his name? Married to Chung. He's doing a podcast now. Okay, he'll get people listening because they know who he is. You know. So I appreciate you giving your time out of your day here at Christmas to come and do a show. I'm going to do one tomorrow too as well. I'll be live about 4 o'clock Central. Another fear-mongering radio. We'll do one tomorrow. We'll have the time of our lives. Great day in my pajamas and made breakfast. We'll have chicken today. We'll have a bunch of fun stuff. Just sit back and watch football. Not leave the house at all. We'll just hang out. Because today I got all the road warriors. My beloved Cowboys are in D.C. Most of the kiddies are in the People Stadium, Noah's Ark in downtown Minneapolis. And Denver Burritos are in KC Grits country. That's going to be an embarrassment. But anyways, how the hell are you? I'm always feeling delicious and wonderful. Always and forever. I always feel delicious. I can feel pain. I can see. My heart's beating. Life is good. It's always a beautiful day to be alive. I'll get up tomorrow morning, go rip my boss around. I'll probably F off all day, put some chairs together, get paid money to F off. And I'll rise 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday and go into the airport. And make some Christmas money. Christmas money. I always like when the holidays feel sorry for you getting up at 2 o'clock in the morning. Tuck your hand, squeeze your hand, give you out a 10, a Jackson, a Hemi. The big bills come home with $300, mainly all big bills. A few singles here and there. Single spell, just gave money to the church, my mom, myself, and whatever. Put some in. I dared my wife to go up and move the flower in front of her. She was doing it herself. I said, I'd give you $200 to walk up there during the sermon and move it. She looked at me like she was ready to kill me. I said, I dare you. I'll do it. She grabbed my hand. I'll walk up there and move it. But I got Carl's address. Should I go his address? You guys just get it right here, right now. Just dox him. Say, hey, this is his address. But he gave it to me. So we will send him out his mixer. I did a video on that coming up, what he's got to do to get it done. And we'll ship it out on Friday. We'll have the time of our lives. But anyways, yes, Adam the Woo. there's a lot of people giving their 2 cents, including myself. Well, I mean, I knew who he was. I talked about him on my videos. I did. I spoke of him. It's too bad he was only 51 years old, but he didn't look, like I said before on the video and the audio, he didn't look very good. He gained a lot of weight, and like someone said, I saw a remembrance of him that Jordan the Lion, just lucky he didn't drop dead in Italy. And I told before in this story, I know a buddy of mine, his friend was pushed out of a window. They wanted a whole bunch of money to ship it back to keep the body. Same friend over there at Fan Man, he died of the part owner of it, died on the Great Wall, and they said you can keep his body. They probably shipped it back for flight. They were gonna. He said, no, guess what? My brother did the same thing. I'm not paying. It was an unbelievable amount of money to ship his body back. I mean, my mother was in Arizona. They have some law it took to get her body, her carcass here to bury, 2 weeks. Thank God she wasn't Jewish, because they want to be, when you die, they want to bury you before the Sabbath day. That's what they want to do when you die. So if you die like on Friday, they want you in the ground. That's their rule of thumb. But it was, I don't know, whatever it was, some weird law. I could have carried her body back quicker. I could have went down and gotten it, brought it back to bury her carcass over here. But yeah, I mean, it's a shame. He'll be missed. But like I said before, with Adam Wu and his content, I liked it. I mean, the last one was funny. I watched the last one. I actually watched the very last one he did. And I think that was, what's his name, his friend that was playing the Grinch. It was funny, driving around with Mini Marge, right? People don't watch that. So he's an old school guy. I put up videos on my adventure channel. No one cares. I did the fishing. There's 6 of them coming out, and they'll be all done by the January 2nd or whatever I put out. And I was doing daily videos, and I'm not watching a 40-minute video. I mean, Carpetbagger did a 50-minute video remembering Daily Woo, and where is he? Is in a park. Again, can't just sit down in his car and talk about him, but he's got to go on walking around. I haven't seen anything from Tampa J, no video, because in passing production was all bitter. They did some thing about he doesn't regret, because he would always rip on. I mean, I get Passing Productions. That guy is obsessed with YouTubers, and I like a lot of YouTubers. And I'm not. Hey, Fat Boy, I miss him. We used to fight back and forth, and I told Dave he was going to be dead by the middle of 2020. I told him 2024. I said, Dave, he's not making it 2026, because you could tell he was dying. They sent him home to die, and. People get so over emotion. God forbid it happened to Huss. I would be very crushed, but I'm not going to be crying. I'd do a remembrance of her. I'd say, hey, I remember, I watched her many, many years ago, not all the time, but I'm not going to be crying. It's like, I get it. He's a guy you watch, and people that have met him, I get it. I guess I do by crying, I'll do it off camera. Just like I was watching the final episode of Survivor, that Savannah, which I told my wife in the middle of the season she's going to win. And people are crying on the show. It's like, quit crying. There's no crying. Don't get emotional about your life. I don't want to hear about your problems. Everyone has your problem. You come on Survivor. Don't make, this. Everyone has a life that could suck. I get it. But, like I said, you want to remember Adam the Woo? Go plant a tree. Go do something. Give somebody to a charity. Hey, he had life dick. He made good money making videos. But his content, people don't watch anymore. He had his core people, the Woovians, who loved him and watched him. They just moved on. The people moved. I mean, he had a lot of subs, but didn't say anything with me. It doesn't match your views. I've gotten more views. I've done stuff on Nomadic Fanatic because he's the main guy. He's still officially on the run. Has an answer to whatever he did. He's up at his tater acres. I saw that video, part of it. Cutting stuff down. To me, that's too much work. There was that one place that Wonder Hussy had put up. I sent it to him in an email. She put up an article. Some guy was selling an old, what do you call those, bunny ranch or something. It was really kind of cool. If I had his money to buy something, I'd buy something with a house on already and ready to roll. I can move into it, whatever. But tater acres, whatever. So whatever he's doing, and Blind Views did his little thing on the Daily Woo. He's never really talked about Daily Woo. Has no idea about the Woo. I'm not saying an aficionado on the Woo. I've watched a few of his videos. I understand what he's done. I would have loved that. I had sent him an email about a month ago. Never responded. I said, if you're going to come to Minnesota doing your running in the summer, I'd love to schedule a date and spend a day with him and take him to the Prince's place next to. I've done a video for this channel, and there's a place they have all his memorabilia. Take him there. And there's a train. I'll take him out to St. Paul. There's a train place. He likes painting. It's a train trestle. It's a bridge with all these paintings on there. We'll take him there for those two places. Take him to the candy store and take him to that Prince place, and then out to the candy thing, because I know he liked. He never responded back. Obviously, a ton of emails, but Blind Views has to obviously use Camo Dave and crawl over his dead body because he doesn't like Camo Dave, right? So I guess I'm not surprised that kind of behavior is going to happen, but no, it's too bad. But some people get overly emotional on these YouTubers when they pass away, and they get, just like with Blind Views, with what he does, he's always. But I thought this guy was going to fair and balanced. I thought he was going to leave what he was doing. I don't know. You keep seeing something all the time. The truth behind my content, some chick. I see more and more women just dancing in front of the camera on shorts. That's all I see right now. But a lot of that in the Woo on this channel. I've been coming through watching some pretty good ones, some 10, 12-minute ones, and I guess he made People Magazine. So, and everything else. Oh, here's a Pinball Hall of Fame in Chattanooga. That'd be fun to go. That'd be pretty fun. Betray Bob, that looks pretty cool. I've been to the one in Las Vegas. That's pretty good. The Pinball Museum in Chattanooga. It was in August. Too bad, only 48 views. But it's too bad. It'd be fun to go to. But yeah, it's 51 years old. So a lot of people are talking about it. I mean, a ton of people. I'm not the only one. And every creator, some people don't really know who he is, that are just going to jump on it and watching his stuff. His last one was pretty funny. But I talked, what's his name, exploring with Cowpote. He's posting about some hater network. It doesn't even look like me. I don't really wear glasses, but I get it. It was funny. I get it. When people who you watch on YouTube die, yeah, that happens. I was watching the video with Yankees in the South, and people coming in saying that he died and he was blocking people, and then all of a sudden at the end he starts crying, and Dawn doesn't know what to do. So that was pretty funny. Philly Captain did a 40-minute one, but Bruce Last Nail, I watched that one. It was pretty good. So no, it's unfortunate, man. God, what's this? Rose Lake, Idaho, My Little Guitar Melody, 9 years ago. He can't sing. Nomadic Fanatic, he can't sing. So, his problem when you watch one, and then you watch them all when they start giving stuff to you. So, I was watching Gatlinburg Christmas parade. That was pretty cool. They had like a whole thing to Gatlinburg. I've never been, but I've seen many videos on Gatlinburg. It looks like a cool town. It'd be fun to go to for the summer. Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It'd be kind of cool. But yeah, it's unfortunate that he went down the road. So got a couple of 16 years ago that are coming up from him. But yeah, 51 years old, but like I said, his content, what people don't like, just don't watch that stuff. The new people coming to YouTube, just don't watch it. They don't watch this kind of behavior anymore. They just don't. They want the live streamers that walk around Disneyland and Disney World, and that's what they want. Is this? To me, that's boring. I mean, give me some information like that one I just saw, the Pinball Hall of Fame in Chattanooga. It was only a minute, but whatever. I haven't seen it, but it'd be kind of cool. But to get a start on YouTube, unless you're a celebrity or you have big boobs and long hair and you want to stand in front of a camera and And you know, the Huss could probably make a lot more money by staying in front of the camera and dancing. I guarantee if she wants to make money on shorts, you know, do whatever. There was 2 women dancing. I saw a video, and oh, she's a great dancer. No, it's not. She's got the boobs bouncing around. It's like, no, it's about her dancing. It's like they're not looking at their feet; they're looking up. You know, I get it, man. That's what sells now on YouTube is sex. You can buy tokens on what's that? The one TikTok, and then you can give money to your creator. You can tip your creator. And the women, I went to a live stream, went to a TikTok 2 years ago. I just have a whole thing in front of me. I click on this woman. She's not no bra on, and she's on her bed folding laundry. I watched for like about a minute. I'm like, okay, people are giving her money, and she's got. And it's like, okay. I've always said YouTube and lovely and talented TikTok is starter porn. That's what it is. I've always said before. And I've watched a few videos on the hell's that MeOnlyFans, and been whining about it. Yeah, well, you took your time out of your day to do that, and then what happens? You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden there you are. You know, you're doing your behaviors, and people want to come to your house. You know, maybe I'll do a live stream on YouTube tomorrow. Maybe I'll do a live stream instead. We'll do that for fun tomorrow. But yeah, it's pretty hilarious when the MeOnlyFans women piss and moan about what goes on, and they complain about how they're objectified. I get it. I mean, you can't watch me, but you'll pay to watch me. So I can't look at you on YouTube unless I'm paying for it. I don't know. I've been to Snifferoo a couple times but I get it. But if you're gonna go on Lovely and Talented on that channel, you're gonna go on there, you're gonna hang out. That's what's gonna happen. And guys are going to pay, but they want to come touch the food. So I've been listening to a few MeOnlyFans of how porn ruined their life. I get it. I've always told any woman, if me and Squirrel Bay Parody were in our 40s and we met or something, and I wanted to all of a sudden, hey baby girl, can we videotape our conquest? If she was smart, she'd say, listen, cowboy, I think you're a handsome devil. I get it, but no thank you, I'll see you later. She'd leave. Don't go, I'll just go, it's only for my consumption. Okay. Yeah, all of a sudden, you do 3 or 4, and it goes up on RedTube or wherever else, and pretty soon someone knows who the hell she is. It's like, if you're gonna monetize your body, that's gonna happen. You know, MeOnlyFans. I don't understand that behavior. I don't get it. You're going to be a MeOnlyFan, you're going to get that pushback. There are going to be people that want to come see you. And again, Wonder Hussy put out her nude model, her new thing about a calendar. Why? I get it. I mean, she has a regular calendar. She's dressed up. I do my own calendar where when I take pictures of myself, and when me and her travel. Let me see. I don't want that one. I want what I just say. I want this one, Fieldscape. But I get it. I make my own calendar. One for myself, my sister, and one for the office. You know, I make them. But if you're going to monetize your body, there's going to be consequence for that behavior, because men are visual. What do I always say? They're going to come over and go, oh my God, I want to see more. And you make all that money. It's great. You're going to make a lot of money. There's a one chick I see her all the time on here. She's not really good looking, but she's constantly putting shorts out. And I guess she's MeOnlyFans now. She's some video I happen to see her. She's some chick, and I get it. That's fine. But it's the cause and effect of doing that kind of behavior, and porn has been normalized in my mind by people, because you can access on your phone. You're a kid, you know, just you type it in and away it goes. When I was young, they addicted us to cigarettes and alcohol. Now it's pornography and gambling are the two things that kids get normalized. And some girl right now who's 15, 16, 17 who have the goods, hey, they're you know, whatever, they're more out there than not, and they're like, hey, this is kind of cool. They see, I happened to see this on USA Today about 3 months ago. These 4 girls, not really good looking, but they're in a house. There's houses that it was in Florida, and the one girl, they're making good money. So some girl happened to see the article, and I guess they advertised for it. So if you're 18 years old, and I've actually seen, there was an article that some people, let's say there's some actress who's 15, some girl who's 15 right now, who's a good looking young lady, people will go put up a countdown clock when they turn 18. I think the Olsen's twins, when they turned 18, was a clock counting down. It's like, really? How strange is that? They were talking about that on the new drug, it's called, about these countdown clocks. I'm like, really? I'm like, okay. Again, to me, it's 21 or older, and I don't need to sit there and watch some chick on a screen, give her money, because I guess if you give them money, they'll do an act for you. And you're going to be these short girls who do these shorts. You have to wear a different clothing every 3 videos, because if you have the same clothes, they're not going to come back. They want the new look. That's why porn actors... Hang on a minute. Yo, what up? Carl? 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 Hang on a minute. You there, Carl?
Yes.
Carl?
Hello.
Hello, can I hear you? Can you hear me? Oh, we're not going this again, are we? Carl? I can't hear Carl. Let's play Bum Me Out. Here we go again. Carl? 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 You there? Carl?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me? You can't hear me? Damn it! I thought I had it fixed. Oh man, not again. Here we go. Let's. I thought I had that all fixed. I called him. I thought it was all fixed. Hang on a minute. Can you hear me, Carl? Nope. We got this problem again. Can you hear me, Carl?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Hear me?
I can.
Hello.
Hello. Nope. Can't hear Carl. Can't hear Carl. That's too bad. Oh man, it's frustrating when this doesn't happen. This doesn't want to work. That's too bad. No Carl. Oh well, I'm gonna have to try to see if I can restart. I don't know why it's just doing this. Did it last time. We're gonna see where we started. For some reason, it didn't want to work. I called her. She could barely hear me, but it happens once in a while. For some reason, I don't know why. All of a sudden, my phone doesn't want to work. All of a sudden, I can't hear anything. And it's frustrating. Well, all of a sudden, I can't hear. It comes and goes on that behavior. Why? We're gonna redo the phone, and we'll see what happens. See if we get Carl back on here. So it's my phone once in a while doesn't want to dance. I don't know why. And he can't hear me, but I can hear him. That's just frustrating as hell. So we'll see what happens here. Here we go. Let's call him now. Let's see. Here we go. Hang on. It's frustrating. Let's see. Let's see here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. For some reason, my phone wasn't. It happens once in a while with the phone. Got to reset it. So.
Okay.
Anyways, how's it going? Merry Christmas.
Good. How's everything going?
Fine. I cooked. You saw the cooking. I got your text for your address, so
Yeah.
we'll send it out. I did the video coming out on there. Like I said, what kind of computer do you have?
Apple laptop.
Okay, because when you have to pull down when you get the sound, you're gonna click up and there'll be a thing for sound, and you're gonna pull down, and the USB audio CODEC should come up. That way, that's what you want to use. The same thing when you want to go live on YouTube. When you get to your final thing, it's going to say, how do you want the sound to come? And you're going to go, and then it's going to be in the middle one, which will be the USB audio. Okay.
Okay.
I pulled it out, so I'll ship it to you. You just need a cord, like I told you. So whatever else. So yeah, did you see the poor man omelet?
I haven't watched it yet, but I see it's up.
Okay.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't have. You sent me one with the lightning connector, and I got a USB-C connector, but I got the right one.
Okay, as long as it can connect to that thing that will be in there, the connection. You have to. You'll see. I'll show when you'll see how you got to connect into the phone. And there's
an auxiliary jack. Yeah.
So however you want to get that phone in there. So I'm just, it's how you do it. So, and you'll be able to take a phone call, and the volume on the because you're in the channel 2 will be on there, and that's where the volume. I show the whole video, and you'll be able to do it, and it'll be in the box. I'll ship it out to you, and text me your last name too as well. Okay, so just Carl. Okay, and then I can.
All right.
I
already had that, but that's all right.
It's okay.
Let's see. Do it right now.
Yeah, then I'll have it, so I'll ship it out on Friday, and then it'll come to you. So it'll be in the box, and you just the cord will be in there. You plug it in the back of it, and then in the back the power cord on there, and the one that goes from the mixer to the back of your computer. So I always turn the mixer on first. I plug it in and then turn it on. Then I open up my YouTube. That way, that's first, So that's what I always do. So then whatever headset you want to get, the power mic, whatever you want to get. So I see Tater. He did a video. He's at his new property.
Yeah, I haven't watched that one yet either, but
I watched part of it.
I saw it out.
He has chainsaw. That looks too much work. I get it. If you're doing that, like the bear exposure, you buy that land for a cabin, but he looks too much work. I mean, if I had his kind of money, Wonder Hussy did a bit. She put up a listing in Nevada. It was an old bunny ranch for sale. It was kind of a cool place. I sent it to him. I sent the link to Tater in an email. I said, here, because at the time, I guess if I had his kind of money, I'd already buy a land that's got stuff that I can park my truck at or something. I'm not going to try to rebuild something. That's just a waste of money. Just like we did with the old the Tater land.
It's nowhere near anything. Where I live now, I'm 3 blocks. I can walk 3 blocks to a grocery store.
Yeah, same here. I can walk up to the park up at my house. Exactly. So he kind of alluded to Quartzsite. That he's got something stored down in Quartzsite in a storage area. So like I said, so he's at his place. Whoever has a warrant on him could be served there. Whatever. I knew he wouldn't go to California. So, but he's changed.
I don't even. He probably doesn't have a warrant. He's probably just a person of interest.
Correct. But my point is, he could take care of this problem by just going to the police. I mean, to me, it's the more he doesn't turn himself in, the more he looks like an idiot. That's my personal opinion. I don't know. It's dumb, but he loves the drama.
If this happened in a bar, there'd be enough probable cause to issue a warrant.
Correct.
I don't know.
Right.
It doesn't really matter.
Right.
He wouldn't just hit someone in the face. He's not going to go to jail anyway. It's just going to be a fine.
Yep.
And then he'll be responsible for medical.
Right.
It's not that big of a deal.
Right. So have you watched any tributes to the Daily Woo?
No, I figured that would be ingenuous because I didn't really care about him.
Right. No, I understand. I mean, I watched a few. I mean, you know, I talked about him on this show. I mean, I watched a few. I actually watched his last one before he died. I actually watched that. It was pretty funny. He's driving around with the Grinch. It was actually pretty good. So, I mean, and I saw passing through productions. All right, they're like they put up a community post about bitching about Pete because he took a lot of heat because the way he would talk about him, you know. So he's like, because you know the way that he would, you know, talk about. He always counted Adam the Woo's money all the time. He always did. He always counted his money every time he had a chance. I think we talked about on the phone when he took his whole parents to a really nice resort in Disneyland. You know, and it's like, yeah, what's it your business? You know.
Yeah, now in hindsight, it was a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, again, just how Tater spends his money. I wouldn't buy that property he has there. That's the last thing I would do. I mean, I can do better things with my money on a property like that. You know, there's just too much. Like, unless I'm building my own retirement. I mean, my next door neighbor who's selling his house here, he built a cabin 25 years ago on 40 acres, and he's going to retire. His wife passed away 2 years ago, and he has built that for years. And, you know, he's going to enjoy himself the rest of his life. But like we said, when people give you money, you don't know the value of it. You know what I'm saying? When it's just given to you. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You know, you know, it never hurts to ask, we always say, right?
Or if you're giving money, you can complain how they're spending it. Like people giving Tim $5 coffees if he's spending it.
Go for it.
Go to the strip club or something. Maybe they get mad.
Well, that's what you know. It's just when people win the Powerball or the Go for $5. Let's say it's 200,000 and it's 120 grand after taxes. And pretty soon I'm a drinker and a gambler. It's all gonna be gone in a year because I don't know how to handle my money. So no, it's too bad. 51 years old and down the road he went. That was too bad, but because I guess German and Vettis was the one that went to him to look for him because they were supposed to collaborate in Florida, and he climbed up on a ladder to look inside, and then he was in his bed. So they didn't get something like 11 o'clock, and they didn't get in the house till 5 o'clock. It took that long to get in the house. The police or something. I have no idea. So. But
like every month or two, I'm getting something popping up in my Facebook where someone in my high school class passed away.
Correct. Yeah, we're getting. Me and you are getting that age where people, the celebrities, rock stars. Look at Ace Frehley. I mean, you get my point. People, Mick Jagger will pass away sometime. You know what I'm saying? Keith Richards. People that you know as friends. You're getting old when people are passing away ahead of you or behind you. You're getting that age. When people start passing away and in your orbit. You know what I'm saying? But
the males in my family died in their early 60s, so I figure if I get to 62, then I'm in the bonus.
Right. I was watching these videos about these MeOnlyFans girls that piss and moan about the after effect, of what they're going through after they go and join them. That's by, and then they get trafficked. It's like, well, that's your poor choice. You want to go pimp and prostitute your body to people on the internet and then whine about the consequences.
They get invited to go to Dubai and then they take their passport and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's I get it, man. It's just, it's great. I mean, what is easier, you think, to go to college for 4 years or go on MeOnlyFans? It's easier MeOnlyFans, and then that's it. Your degree is something that can last forever. Your pornography will be on there forever. Someone's going to take the video and put it someplace else. And after 4 years, you're boring. Someone else will come in. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, because you look at Wonder Hussy. Nobody's following her because they're sexually excited or whatever.
Right. Yeah, because
it's just her personality. You either like it or you don't.
Correct. Yeah. So she did a nudie one for the guys. So she's doing that behavior. So I'm happy for her. So.
Yeah.
But that's fine. I mean, she's a sweetheart. I mean, I think she's that was a filler video she did in her hair on Wednesday. So, because now she's going to do something with her mom's house. I think her mom was in California, so it's rain. I know it's raining like a banshee where I think where she was going. They're just getting a ton of rain out there in California.
Epic storm.
So. But she does get a lot of men my age that do follow her because they want. She didn't make one last year, but guys were asking where the new one was. She didn't have one last year, so she made one because out of request. People wanted a nudie camera, so she made one for herself for the guys that want one. So I'm like, okay, I guess, so.
Yeah.
Whenever she has a magic bikini picture on, she gets over 100,000 views because she knows what sells. I get it, Men are visual, so. Did you watch any?
My wife says men are gross.
Did you watch any of her Christmas stream?
Yeah.
The first hour was funny. The first hour was good. It was funny because she was giving away prizes and stuff, and people were giving her money, bringing people on that she knew in her orbit. It was pretty funny. So that was actually an entertaining live stream. The last hour was just a bunch of BS, but the first hour was funny. I thought it was hilarious. But
I went on there and then I went through the comments to see if you were there, and you were there. That's funny.
I usually make some comments all the time. I usually say something to her or something. But anyway.
Yeah, so since you were there, I left a comment. I don't even remember what I said, but
I usually say something to her. But she doesn't read her comments. If I need to talk to her, I'll send her an email and just say, this, I'll give her a suggestion to go someplace. Like she was on Highway 101. I said go to, I'll give her a suggestion or something. But she sometimes respond back real quick, depending. But I always encourage.
I commented on your comment. I gave her a thumbs up. I gave her a comment for some engagement.
I said rest in peace, Daily Woo.
On my way.
Rest in peace, Daily Woo. So, but no, she's a good shit. She'd be fun to collaborate if she came to town for a day. It'd be fun to take her to the candy store, down there in Jordan. Because I've told her to go to the Pinball Hall of Fame. I have told her that many, many times. And there's no copyright music that's in there. You could walk around in there and show up pinball machines. I was there. I did 3 videos on it and walked around. And that's a cool place in Las Vegas. But whatever, but I don't know. But so Blind Views is not going to do a Thursday. I'm disappointed. The brown shirts won't be in the building. So
he's not doing one.
No, he's not doing one today. He's not going to. No brown shirts tonight. I love it how my girlfriend called me un-American in my live stream.
Probably because he's going to be over at the kid's house.
Mm-hmm. But she called me un-American during my live stream.
Well,
well, go ahead.
If you're casual listeners of yours, you can think that you're like calling people Hitler and stuff.
Well,
that's not what you're doing.
Right.
If you're a casual listener, I could see someone getting that opinion.
Right, that's fine. I just speak out against Tanner. It's just like what's his name wants to be the governor. Mike Lindell wants to be the governor of Minnesota, and this guy's more crazy.
It's more funny because that dude put it in perspective. Like when you got that big old star, and you're like, they stormed the beaches.
Yep.
They flew over on 40 planes. 20 of them got shot down. They flew 40 more over the next day.
Mm-hmm.
It's just.
Well, we were making planes faster than faster than anybody else. We were bringing planes over left and right.
It's just that rah American spirit.
Mm-hmm. No, I'd die for my country.
They go up some muddy hill numbered 486 in Vietnam.
That was a joke.
They get decimated, and the next day they go right back up that hill.
Or in Vietnam, they would take the hill and then leave it and come back and do it again. You know what I'm saying? Instead of going to the nation's capital like Berlin and take care of the problem, they didn't do it. All they did was just sit and go from hill to hill to hill for 10 years. They didn't do anything. There's one guy, I listened to his time in Vietnam, and he goes, we only lost 2 people. One was got mauled by a tiger. The other one, something, I think he had a heart attack or something. He goes, it was like 30 of us, and we just did one big circle. We were in an area. He goes, we just patrolled. We did one big circle. That's all we did for a whole year, and then we would set up camp. We were like a perimeter. He goes, we didn't really do anything because other people were going up these hills and, getting killed for no reason. They'd take over the hill and then they'd leave it and come back again. That's what they would do, like you said, in Vietnam. That's why it was a waste of time. For 10 years, do what? Nothing. So, I don't know. I just, I'm not afraid to call it the hunch. I'm not afraid to call the guy out. He's talking to some kid the other day about Oklahoma. Instead of saying, I love Oklahoma, they were really good to me in the election. Can't just tell the kid, Oklahoma's a great state. I love that state. It's got they do a lot of good stuff. He's got to tell some kid about the election. It's like he just can't help himself. He can't just talk to the kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now I don't know if this is true because my information is from the internet, but apparently there are a couple oil tankers that left Venezuela, and the U.S. took them.
Yep.
And then supposedly they sent out 3 oil tankers, and they went out with the Venezuelan Navy, the warships.
Yep.
And the decision was made just to let them go.
Oh, really?
So I was wondering what you were thinking about that, because that's pretty bold. But yeah, they escorted their oil tankers with their warships, and so the United States was going to have to start a war if they were going to take those tankers.
Correct. Well, that's what he claims. He wants to end wars, but now he wants to start wars. It's like I don't get it. I
think it was a good decision not to do that.
Correct.
But then we're just a paper tiger.
Right. I agree. But he does now. He wants to build these new Trump named after himself, some new ships or something. So it's just it's.
Well, didn't he change the Kennedy sign?
Yeah, it's just stupid. It's just dumb. It's just like the people that cut a guy up over in Saudi Arabia. They're paying him to put his name on the buildings. They're giving him money to do that.
Yeah, and just like Trump, he puts his name up there before he asks if he can do it.
Yeah. Well, look at he tore down part of the East Wing before he just tore it down and now it's going to cost a lot of money to rebuild something. It's going to take longer than it's supposed to be. It's just. I'm sorry, man. I didn't like Biden either, but it's like the plagiarizer. But it's like it's just bizarre. Every day it's a different thing, and then all the pictures coming out here with Jeffrey Epstein, and he rants and raves and is nasty on Christmas night. I mean, come on, man. Let's just I can talk politics.
That Epstein thing, that's just a rich people thing.
Correct. Well, that's why people are donating money to him. For this East Wing, here, I'll give you this money. Make sure my name gets taken out of those files. That's what they're gutting the files. Yeah. That's what they're doing. They're popping stuff out. So he's all pissed off that pictures are coming out. So, again, he ran on that. I'm gonna do this stuff. So, but no, I don't hate the guy. I don't want people who don't pay his bills. Be like, let's say I sent this mixer to you, right? And I'm gonna give it to you for $100, right? It's just like at work, okay? My wife makes baby blankets, right? So I brought them in for a woman who I was going to give it to her, right? So I gave her a baby blanket, and the other girl bought 3 of them for $60. And she goes, do you have Venmo? And I go, no. She goes, well, I'll see you Friday. And I go, fine. So she doesn't give it to me on Friday. She doesn't give it to me or whatever. I had to go to her, walk up to her desk, send her a text and go, I felt like an idiot, but it took her 4 days to pay me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's people that know me, my boss, she can walk back in the warehouse and say, hey, give this to Cowboy. So when he sees me, I just don't want people that don't pay their bills. You know what I'm saying? Because my wife asked me about them, and I said, I gave my wife the $60. I said, here's the $60. And I said, I'll be on the hook for the 60 from her when she gives it to me. So I paid her.
Yeah.
So I was in between. It wasn't a big deal. I remember this lady, I worked for Sportsman's Guide maybe 30 years ago, and she was a transgender at the time. He was going to a she, and she, let's just say, wanted $20. And I said, sure, no problem. I usually don't. It took her 6 months to pay me back. You know what I told her when she gave it to me? You need it more than I do. You just keep it. And that was the last person I ever lent money to in my whole anybody outside my circle. My boss once in a while go, hey, Cowboy, you got $20 to eat lunch? I go, sure. Literally the next day, he'll walk in and give me the 20. He's real good at it.
Well, yeah, like supposing my son's trucking school, he wanted to borrow and pay me back for it, where I just paid his trucking school.
Correct.
I don't expect it back. And
right.
My dad paid for my education. I paid for my kids' education.
I paid for my nephew's education. It's just like a couple of times I worked at the first job at the airport. When it was Gus, he'd see me in the morning. Hey, I need bank for tips, and I give him $50. You know, he'll hear, and he always get on the ship, give it to me. And one time, one of the girls who was always trying to take advantage of men wanted money, and I go, I ain't giving you anything. You know, I don't even know who the hell you are, because she would always try to take advantage of it. I said, you know. He'd always hey, Cowboy, you got quick. I need $30. I need tip. I need a bank, and for lunch. And at the end of the shift, the next day they gave it to me because I knew they were good. You know, there was a bank, like waitresses have to have a bank, you know, for tips and stuff. You know, if someone wants to give you $20 and they need a $10 change, I carry at least $200 in my pocket at all times for that job because you never know when you're changing out 50s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my wife says in hindsight, that was the best $55,000 we ever gave to him because now he's got this job where he's making like $65,000 a year.
Right. Oh yeah, my nephew makes really, really good money as a electrician. My other nephew is a welder. So right, absolutely. I mean, they can't go anywhere. But anyways, you gonna watch some football this afternoon?
Me?
Yeah.
No. Are the Bears playing? I probably should if they are.
Okay. Well, I'm going to cut this thing.
I got to be one of those bandwagon people.
Okay. Thanks for calling in the show. We are going to cut this thing loose. We're going to just do an hour show. I'm going to do a live stream on YouTube tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I got to do something later. I don't know. I'm just kind of lazy.
I understand.
Doing stuff. But it's a good day for it.
I'm going to watch some football with the wife. So I'll talk to you later. Thanks for calling in. I appreciate it.
All right.
Merry Christmas. All right. There he goes. There he goes. Anyways. Damn phone. Anyways, you guys, an hour show. MeOnlyFans, Nomadic Fanatic, and the Woo. Merry Christmas, everybody out there. Anything we have, we don't have. Remember the military. Like I said, you stormed those beaches. Oh, yes, you did. You stormed those beaches, and you snapped the necks to Krauts, and you freed those Jews. Forgotten in Vietnam, like you said, many mountain hills, whatever, 58,000 plus people. Judy K. Ribas, convicted felon, up on the hill. Donald J. Trump, with flat feet, plays lots of golf. But all the wars, away from the families today, we appreciate you very much. And men wearing blue, and God bless working class, you know, like a cop called crackhead, right? Air Force, Army, and the Marines, the Navy, the Marines, National Coast Guard, Indian uniform. Thank you so much for this country. Without you, we have nothing at all. God bless the Daily Woo. Make good choices in your life. I wouldn't shower in the shower, Penn State. Your choices. Condoms, please. Women, you carry the groceries. You don't like two women having sex. You can't watch two women. Not very cool. So executing people, the Corolla should be deported. P stood for Penn State. We call Pedophilia University till they're all in jail. Don't drink and drive. Call some murder someone. Like I said, if you don't like to having sex, you can't staple a man to a fence in Wyoming. Jesus loves me. This I know, for the Bible always tells me so. Silent night, holy night, man. Anyways, you guys, Mom and Mady on Christmas. They wouldn't have the time of their lives. I appreciate you coming, Nomadic Fanatic. End this fiasco. I guarantee it. Blind News will do a video on this. Peace in the Middle East. Keep it real in the field. MeOnlyFans, watch what you wish for. You just might have it all. Okay? Poor choices. Ookie dookie.
Yahoo! I did not have sexual relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. Yahoo! All right, man. See you guys all later, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, on this beautiful Christmas day, we are